Hello and welcome to my channel Lifestyle and Fashion Tea. Today I want to talk about the first black designer. Yes, her name is Ann Lowe, was Ann Lowe. Lowe was born in rural Clayton, Alabama in 1898 to Jane and Jack Lowe. She was the great granddaughter of an enslaved woman and an Alabama plantation owner. She had an older sister, Sally, and attended school in Alabama until she dropped out at the age of 14. Lowe's interest in fashion, sewing, and designing came from her mother, Janie, and grandmother, Georgia, both of whom were seamstresses. They ran a dressmaking business that was often frequented by the first families of Montgomery and other members of high society. Lowe's mother died when Lowe was 16 years old. Lowe was married twice and had two children. At this time, she married her first husband, Lee Cohen, in 1912. They had a son, Arthur Lee, who later worked as Lowe's business partner until his death from a car accident in 1958. Lowe left Cohen because he opposed her having a career. Arthur Lee would go on to become Lowe's business partner. She married for a second time to Caleb West, but that marriage also ended. Lowe later said, "My husband left me because he wanted a real wife. He didn't want a wife jumping out of bed to sketch pictures." In the 1930s, Lowe lived in an apartment on Manhattan Avenue in Harlem. Her older sister, Sally, later lived with her. Both were members of St. Mark's United Methodist Church. In 1917, Lowe enrolled at S.T. Taylor Design School. As the school was segregated, Lowe was required to attend classes in a room alone. However, segregation did not stop her, and she still managed to rise above her peers in school. Her work was often shown to her white peers in recognition of her outstanding artistry, and she was eligible for graduation after attending school for only half a year. The following year, Lowe opened her first dress salon. The salon catered to members of high society and quickly became a success. Having saved $20,000 from her earnings, Lowe returned to New York City in 1928. During the 1950s and 60s, she worked on commission in stores such as Henry Bedell's, Neiman Marcus. In 1945, Lowe designed the dress that Olivia de Havilland wore to accept the Academy Award for Best Actress, for Each His Own, although the name on the dress was Sonia Rosenberg. As she was not getting credit for her work, Lowe and her son opened a second salon, Ann Lowe's Gowns. Her one-of-a-kind designs made from the finest fabrics were an immediate success and attracted many wealthy high society clients. Design elements for which she was known include fine handwork, signature flowers, and other techniques. Her signature designs are what helped her eventually become recognized for her work in 1964, Society's Best Kept Secret, and in 1966, Ebony magazine called her the Dean of American Designers. Throughout her career, Lowe was known for her being highly selective in choosing her clientele. She later described herself as an awful snob, adding, "I love my clothes and I'm particular about who wears them. I am not interested in sewing for cafe society or social climbers. I do not cater to Mary and Sue. I sew for the families of the social register." Lowe designed for the upper echelon. She designed for families such as the Rockefellers, the Roosevelts, the DuPonts, the Lodges. Lowe created dresses for many notable black clients as well, including but not limited to Elizabeth Mance, who was a well-known pianist at the time. In 1947, Janet Lee Auchincloss commissioned Lowe to create debutante balls for her daughters, Jacqueline and Carolyn Lee Bouvier. In 1953, she returned and hired Lowe to design a wedding dress for her daughter, the future First Lady Jacqueline Bouvier, and the dresses for her bridal attendants for her September wedding to then Senator John F. Kennedy. Lowe also designed the bridal's party. During this time, Lowe's studio had a huge flood and the dresses was destroyed. Her and her team worked tirelessly to recreate the dress, and Lowe never mentioned the incident to the family. She had to pay for any additional costs. The dress, which cost $500, approximately $6,000 today, was described in detail in New York Times coverage of the wedding. While the Bouvier-Kennedy wedding was a highly publicized event, Lowe did not receive public credit for her work until after the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Throughout her career, Lowe continued to work for wealthy clientele who often talked her out of charging hundreds of dollars for her designs. After paying her staff, she often failed to make a profit on her designs. Lowe later admitted that at the height of her career, she was broke. In 1961, she received the Couturier of the Year award, but in 1962, she lost her salon in New York City after failing to pay taxes. That same year, her right eye was removed due to glaucoma. While she was recuperating, an anonymous friend paid Lowe's debts that enabled her to work again in 1963. Lowe kept running into problems. She had to declare bankruptcy, and soon after that, she developed a cataract in her left eye. Surgery saved her eye, but in 1968, she opened a new store, Ann Lowe Originals, on Madison Avenue. She retired in 1972. In the last 5 years of her life, Lowe lived with her daughter Ruth in Queens. She died at her daughter's home on February 25, 1981, at the age of 82 after an extended illness. Her funeral was held at St. Mark's United Methodist Church on March 3rd. A collection of 5 of Ann Lowe's designs are held at the Costume Institute at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. They are on display at the Smithsonian Institute's National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. Author Piper Hewley wrote a historical fiction novel by her own design, a novel of Ann Lowe, fashion designer, to the social register about Lowe's life. Her work has been admired by the designer Christian Dior, as well as the famous costumer Edith Head. Ann Lowe was filled with so much talent. The fact that she made Jacqueline Kennedy's dress and our society and culture never knew about this is sad. But we know now. Ann Lowe, I see your dedication, your hard work, and you have truly inspired me. And we now know that you are the unsung hero of American fashion history. May you continue to rest in peace. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let me know in the comments now how you feel about Ann Lowe. Truly an unsung hero.